Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And oh, he kicked it out of bounds. That's a big penalty.
And this is where the rest of the team turns and stares at the kicker and says, you have one job, execute it.
45 despite a great move.
Come on,
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Watch you now, Barney! Barney!
Double tight! Hey, we are...
Set! 319! 319!
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wind up into some tough coverage.
Gun!
4 down!
Throw now on first down. Finding room to the 20. Throw left side complete. It's Connor. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. That one goes for 24 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you try to game plan. He has the high keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guys.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Mike 8!
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have a good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Watch you now, Barney! Gun!
He's coming!
Goodman.
Cloud!
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Walton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Gun!
Rip left!
Watch you now, Barney! Over!
On first down, Goodman. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 27.
Right.
Over!
3 down. Odd.
Detroit!
Twist.
Over! Watch Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Ah!
From the gun, Goodman. Being chased out left. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, I haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't like a target that size. I mean, that's a big, tall receiver, and somehow he missed him anyway.
Yeah, tempting to just put it out there for him to go get it, but dangerous throw and not on target.
Yeah, sometimes even a receiver with that type of catch radius can't haul them in if they're not accurate.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
319. 319. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Here we go. Oh.
Detroit. Detroit. Over. Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Leopard.
Second down.
36.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? And we just saw their first one of this game.
Gun. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
4 down.
And he's going to go down again.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and max protect, they're way back to the quarterback as well.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road. Maybe they did something wrong.
Watch the ship.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Even.
Gonna look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Hall. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 in the first game. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Connor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Tight end right.
Gun.
We got 4.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Tight ends on the Ringo.
Now back to the throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Leopard.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film. They saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. They're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mind.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
Good job, Murray.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, watch 13.
On first and 10. Goodman. Left side, Beckham.
Oh,
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend?
Gun!
Any of them, especially if it's a good receiver.
Hurry up, here we go.
Very difficult.
Blue 90.
You're running a drag
Blue
route,
90.
something
Over,
short,
over,
shallow,
over,
going through
over.
defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
Gun!
Looking to throw. Good. Complete right side to Cooks. And getting this just shy of
We got three.
midfield. They'll
Three
spot
down.
it
Three
at
down.
the 49.
Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go.
First catch of the game for Cooks. It'll be a first down.
Tight left.
Gun! Watch you now, Barney.
Check.
Throwing on first down. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked off in 32. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. To throw. And he's going to have to eat this one. He's down and goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that,
Black 99 Philly, here we go.
because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a
And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a third and long situation coming up. They'll look to throw, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area and take that away.
Back in the return. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going as they take over following the punt with a 1st and 10.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Three down. Tighten up.
Leopard.
Right there in the middle, 55. Come on.
And they'll go with a ground attack here.
Run.
And they get him down right near the midfield stripe.
Yeah,
A
baby.
good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Strong right. 4 down. Slam.
Watch you now, Barney.
Hey, alert.
Watch you now, Barney.
Show it.
And they'll run it here. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action.
Detroit!
Toss that bad boy
Detroit!
deep. But in this situation,
hit you
go ahead and give it to
all
your back.
Keeps himself upright. They'll roll him out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now they'll run it on the and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 4 down. 4 down. Check. Check. Watch the edge. Bang. Bang.
Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Mike 1. Mike.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Leopard. Leopard.
Man left. Man left. Hey.
Gun. 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 Over.
Goodman going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
All right, now,
This is
lucky
the first
56,
red zone
lucky
opportunity
56.
now for the Rams. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line.
Mike 55. Mike 55.
Operating from the gun. Steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football, and we just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal. The last play on the completion got half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
Gun. 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 Gun.
3 down.
From the gun, Goodman. Hard throw, incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field. And his kick is indeed good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney!
A little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense. Get a couple of first downs.
Something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. He's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Leopard!
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Even.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Third and long defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
The kicker.
But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped them at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Supercharged.
Detroit! Detroit!
Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Alert.
To throw on second down. Goodman. Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Rams on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and a mile.
Gotta get the point.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Alert 3, alert 3.
Operating from the gun. Goodman. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? Third and very long. Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. A minute 59 to go in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10.
Leopard! Hurry up, here we go!
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
So now they have to contend with second and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Double tight.
Now let's go! Blue landing!
Back to throw here. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
Here, baby.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This quarterback now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Has a first down here.
What?
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
Leopard!
And he
Leopard!
works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
No.
It'll be a
Check.
pickup
Patriot!
of just
Patriot!
2, and that'll make it
Detroit!
second down.
Detroit!
Looking to throw. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. The Vikings on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
4 down, 4 down.
Now let's go! 3-19!
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Not today.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
To
Detroit!
make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
On first down. Goodness. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and
Detroit! Detroit!
4 down, 4 down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Check 3, check 3, check 3.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Goodman. And the pressure gets to him again.
Hot.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Another timeout called by the Vikings now, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down.
Detroit!
Backwards, it's third and very long.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
4 down.
Over.
Slam. Watch that.
Goodman.
Hey, switch gears.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Fielded at the 33. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And likely just out of field goal range. Could be Hail Mary time.
And haven't we seen in recent years that the Hail Mary seems to be more successful in the NFL than before?
Absolutely we have. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 50-yard. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. So we've reached halftime here on Halloween. And trust me, kids, if you had to look at Charles Davis every game, you'd think every day was Halloween. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Hey, 4 down.
Over. Watch you now, Barney.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
Right.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Even. 4 down. Even.
Over!
You go tight. You got tight.
Game here with the running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Goodman. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for the loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
Here comes the Rams punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. It's taken to the 26. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points.
Detroit!
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points. Taking the ball back over. Do their part now and show them a little respect.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Detroit!
4 down.
Detroit!
Here we go. Oh.
Gun! Watch you now, Barney!
Check nickel.
1st and 10. Goodman.
Hey, turn it up.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I got him.
Well, so they just got the football on an interception. They almost gave it right back the same way.
And you know, when you look over to the bench after that type of a play, number one is pure relief. Didn't give it up. But it's not the coach you're worried about yelling at you.
All right, now, lucky
It's those guys on
56.
defense who
Lucky
just intercepted
56.
the pass who want to break over there. Hey, take care of the football, man.
4 down.
Watch you now, Barney!
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Goodman. And his pass incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
I got one.
Detroit! Watch you now, Barney! Over!
On 3rd down. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So it just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Bronze leg as he gets this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Great starting field position for the Vikings as they have it first and 10.
Over here. That's overload.
Leopard! Leopard!
33. Watch that. Hey, they scared.
And a nice spin into some open field.
Check.
He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe,
It's run,
but
fellas, it's run.
there are times this game is about patience, isn't it?
No. Check, Patriot!
That run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice.
Yeah, I know the great to themselves. Just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Look to throw. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Detroit!
Going toe for toe.
Detroit!
Just curious if one of these offenses can and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down.
And there we saw one of the
Watch it now,
downsides of blitzing
Barney!
during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your back, you don't fit the run quite as well.
He's going to be wrapped up and driven down. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs.
They can't stop the franchise.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 3 down.
Hot!
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Watch the screen.
Throwing on first down.
Hold the ball. Hold.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Pick. Nice pick.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about
All right, now,
how
lucky
much
56,
pressure is in the
lucky
face of the guy,
56.
and can he step into a throw? And when you can't
Detroit!
do that,
Detroit!
oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Detroit! Detroit!
Hey.
Over!
On the taunt.
Check 3.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Check the backer.
That
Check the
second down
backer.
play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to
Tight
accomplish
dog,
what they
tight
did
dog,
to get them
tight
into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were
Run.
behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles.
Detroit!
Just 1 for 6.
Detroit!
This will be 3rd and 5. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It goes as a game
Back
of 8 that
99
moves
Philly,
the
here we go.
chains.
It's a lot different on third down. That pickup there was big, because they struggled throughout this one.
Give him 5
All
on
right,
the
now,
carry
lucky
there, and it'll be
56.
second
Lucky
down.
56.
I call that play a success, and that's inside run. Sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Only a yard there. Snipped out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. The Vikings on third down. Lacking
Detroit!
much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now they try to right side here. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23.
Go!
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Oh, yeah!
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
Leopard!
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push
All
forward
right, here we
pick
go.
up that first.
Green 39! Green 39!
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense
check,
getting a bit
Patriots,
tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Now let's go! 319! 319!
First and goal. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
That was a good job by the defense swarming to the football. And you know it's no cinch that you're going to be able to get the ball into the end zone against them. They're number 2 against the run. So what's an offensive coordinator to do? Check your playlist.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Switch it up here. Look to throw. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Taco Charlton in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
Here's a play as they set up to throw. This is caught. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal.
Odd, 5 down.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Touchdown, City.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Even. 4 down. Even. Check.
Now they'll run it on the pass. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Oh, boy, I know you felt that
No
one.
gain on the play there. 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
Kill.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
Back, back, back.
Over, 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 over.
Looking to throw on second down. Goodman.
They're coming. They're coming.
Wide open receiver complete.
Yeah,
And out
baby.
across midfield down to the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a first
You're
and
on an
10.
island over there. Single receiver.
Detroit! Detroit!
13's crossing. Check 13.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Coming.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Stay out.
Looking to throw. Goodman eluding the pressure right. Throw left side complete. It's Garner. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the line of the target. Back to throw. Goodman escaping the pressure right.
They're coming.
And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often
Detroit!
one of the major
Detroit!
gifts.
Gun!
Don't give this guy
Gun!
one just
Gun!
yet.
Gun!
He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about
Four
that
down,
effort?
four down.
He's not
All right,
bad.
now, lucky
Hey, I'm on the
56.
wrong side
Lucky
of 32.
56.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay,
I
good.
just need some
Detroit!
chocolate and a box of
Detroit!
tissues.
Hot!
Goodman. The Vikings
Leopard!
after him, and
Leopard!
they get there for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really
All right,
nice
now, lucky
gain on the
56.
previous play, but
Lucky
gave about
56.
half the yardage back on the
All
sack.
right, now, lucky 56.
Excellent
Lucky
pressure up front.
56.
Nowhere to go with the football.
Shit.
Down he goes.
Back to throw. Goodman. And that's complete to Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
I know you feel
They
that.
get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that
All right, now,
interception
lucky
on the last
56.
drive. You
Lucky
come out and start
56.
this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy
got
I played
three, we
with
got
way
three,
back
fellas, we
when.
got
and
three.
told me,
Detroit!
I don't care if I
Detroit!
throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm
Detroit!
going to stay confident and
Detroit!
keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Gun! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Over! 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 Over!
Third and short, they'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
All right,
Detroit!
they're going to try and keep
Detroit!
hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
4 down. 4 down. Check.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And try it here. He's back to throw. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners, who've had the
Over!
receivers on
Over!
lockdown.
Over!
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to
Back
keep the ball
99
on the
Philly, here we
ground.
go.
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Bus stop.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities. 3 for 9. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Now they're running on the taunt. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They find his target, Beckham.
3 down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
Tight left. Hey, we got 3 down. 3 down.
Gun.
Hey, check Mike.
First down. Goodman.
Cut.
His throw caught at about the 5. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey, I got 83. We got this, fellas. Come on.
Hey, we got to get this stop here.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Motion.
Goodman. Buying time to his left. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. All right, big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Detroit. Gun.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still one possession game. It's not fully over yet. And he showcases the spin, a pretty good gain before he's taken down. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches.
Double tight. 4 down. Check.
They
second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they do.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10. On the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
First seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put the condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into end territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to second and 4.
We got 4.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball,